Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Rachel Williams begins now.
Good evening, everyone. Investigators are racing to determine how 2 medical staff from the Northwest Regional Hospital contracted coronavirus. An emergency team is urgently examining if other staff or patients have been exposed to COVID-19. Despite the scare, the government says the hospital will remain open.
Delivering more bad news.
The infection of 2 healthcare workers with coronavirus at the medical ward at the Northwest Regional Hospital is a very serious incident.
The 2 staff are among 6 more cases confirmed overnight, bringing the state's total to 80, triggering an urgent investigation at the hospital.
To identify and control any risk that would be posed to any staff member or patients.
And find out the source of the infections. Questions are being raised about increasing testing for health staff. Pressure is also on the government to secure stocks of personal protective equipment.
Because we know that there are concerns that there isn't enough PPE and that people are going without or rationing that supply, which does cause a lot of concern for those in the health workforce, but for the broader community too.
An extra 6,000 single-use gowns and 91,000 surgical masks have been secured.
To hand sanitiser, we've got 20,000 litres of hospital-grade hand sanitiser coming next week.
The cases at the Northwest Regional come after a worker was diagnosed from La Trobe's Mersey Hospital last month. The source of 2 more cases in Devonport also remain a mystery. Jeremy Rockcliffe is promising the region everything is being done to resolve the situation. He's ruling out banning travel between communities, at least for now.
If that is best to protect the community from COVID-19, then that may well be a step, but we're not at that step at this present time.
Sean McComish, 7 Tasmania News.
The RACT has praised fuel retailers across the state who have slashed prices to less than $1 a litre. However, they say the average price is still too high across Tasmania, calling on operators to do the right thing by drivers. Our reporter John Hunt has more.
Oil prices are tumbling worldwide in response to the coronavirus pandemic. However, there's been a mixed response at petrol stations across Tasmania. 7 Tasmania News found 3 retailers who've brought their prices below $1. 2 shelves, one in Launceston and another at Bridgewater, have been spotted selling unleaded for 99.9 cents per litre, as well as a service station in Westbury. The state's peak motoring body says a number of other outlets across the state are starting to lower prices.
We're telling people who are looking to fill up to make sure that they support those retailers who are actually providing fuel at around $1 a litre, which is great.
However, not all are heeding the call, with many still selling fuel between $1.20 and $1.50. The RACT says Tasmania's average price is still over $1.40, well above the cost price, which is currently just 89 cents, the lowest it's been since 2004.
While we are seeing pockets with reduced price, the average across the state is still well above what we would like to see.
They're urging retailers to start doing the right thing by customers and bring prices back to an acceptable level.
We're talking about the low $1.10 mark that we should be seeing. So anybody who's up around that 140 cents per litre are certainly way above the retail mark.
As always, the RACT says the best thing drivers can do is shop around and support the lowest prices.
Restaurants and bars across Tasmania are continuing to adapt to current restrictions, seeing success in takeaway sales. But some hospitality businesses say they're still experiencing a loss in trade and are calling for public support to keep them alive.
Seasoning a delicious order, all packed up and ready to go. Popular hotspot Rude Boy, just one of many, coping with a change in business amid recent restrictions.
It's been ups and downs, I must say. Overall, of course, it's been a drop in trade. So it's been a pretty big flip of the business model. Obviously, everything's evolving into takeaway.
Known for its boozy concoctions, the bar has also branched out from just offering takeaway food.
We have cocktail packs so people can make the cocktails at home. However, the bottled cocktails give them that option where if they don't want to have to make it, they can just sort of pour it over ice. So in that way, we try and look at boosting our booze sales.
A similar situation felt at dive bar Grinners, seeing waves of demand.
Seems like the weekends are still pretty busy. I guess it's kind of as everyone else adapts to the changes and realising that this is, what life is going to be like for the next few months. I feel like people will kind of get more into a regular swing of things.
Monitoring business going forward said to be a day-by-day process.
We're now delivering as well, so I've never been a delivery driver before. The key to businesses getting by through this time is just adapting. You've got to be able to change what it is you're doing from one day to the next.
The emotional impact on hospitality staff in general has really taken a toll, and so needing that support from the broader community and the regulars that came in.
With some takeaway orientated spots such as Launceston's Burger Got Soul thriving off a boost in orders.
We've definitely seen an increase, so it is quite a bit busier. We've had to get more staff on, which is really good because we're happy to be able to give people work at the moment.
Ruby Kamane, 7 Tasmania News.
A man who stole an SUV from a car yard as he fled from police remains on the run. Officers arrested one man and pursued another after they intercepted a stolen car at Invermay yesterday. The offender, who was armed with a knife, also knocked an officer to the ground as he drove off. Anyone who has sighted a red late model Mitsubishi Outlander or who has information should contact police. Elderly Tasmanians will receive some Easter cheer this week, with hundreds of chocolate eggs donated by a Hobart school to be distributed to clients through Meals on Wheels. It comes as the organisation changes how it operates in the wake of the global coronavirus outbreak.
Sweet treats heading to Tasmanian homes. More than 300 Easter eggs have been collected by the Guildford Young College community, ready to go into homes of hundreds of isolated and elderly residents.
We wanted to make sure that we found a way to meet our volunteering component, but also think beyond our own school and our own personal needs.
Well, I thought it was quite enjoyable helping the community and giving back.
The school handing the donation over to Meals on Wheels, who'll deliver them to clients across Tasmania via one of the 3,000 meals they cook each week. It comes at a time of great change for the 60-year-old service, who've been forced to alter their operations in response to the coronavirus outbreak.
Social distancing measures in place in particular, it's making it very hard for us to continue that contact. So we are delivering meals differently.
Those receiving the meals are asked to leave an esky or cooler bag outside their home. Volunteers leave the meal at their front door before ringing the client to let them know it's been delivered. While the measures improve safety, it's come at a cost to the relationship between clients and deliverers.
That was always some bonding that you'd get with the client. Now with that gone, the only contact they have really is through a telephone call.
To combat the loneliness, the service has taken to phones, offering a daily wellbeing checkup.
Able to tell us how often they'd like to be contacted, and we'll make that call. And what usually is probably a 2-minute, 3-minute checkup at the door might become a 10-minute phone call.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
There was a terrifying sight in West Hobart last night with a vehicle going up in flames at the end of Cato Avenue. Nearby residents reported hearing an explosion at around 10 p.m. Police don't believe the vehicle was stolen. No one has been charged over the incident. Meanwhile, wet weather has played havoc on the roads today. 2 drivers escaped injury after a collision in Invermay this morning. A cold front crossing the state overnight, dumping between 30 and 50 millimetres of rain in the north and the northwest. Snowfall has also delivered an icy blast today in the Central Highlands. Taswater says Orford and Triabunna customers can turn the tap back on. The Prosser water treatment plant was knocked out of action yesterday because of a damaged pipe. The company says the problem has been fixed and has lifted water restrictions.
Good evening everyone. Launceston Estates top today with 17 degrees, Devonport 16 and 15 in Hobart and Burnie. Across the state, 17 in St Helens, Flinders Island and Low Head 16 degrees, 15 for King Island, Smithton, Friendly Beaches and Ouse, and Strahan reaching 14. Cloudy conditions over most of Tasmania for the majority of the day, And across Australia, clear skies are seen over Western and Central Australia with cloud dominating the remainder of the continent. Tomorrow's chart shows a low centre developing over the north of Tasmania. The high remains to the south of Western Australia but has extended a ridge northeast over most of the continent. West to northwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots tomorrow, although 20 to 30 knots across the north. Winds also increasing to 35 to 45 knots through Bass Strait, seas reaching 3 to 5 metres about the north. Taking a look at the warnings now, there is a strong wind warning current for southern and western coastal waters from Tasman Island to Sandy Cape, and for eastern coastal waters from St Helens Point to Wineglass Bay. A severe weather warning is current for damaging west to northwesterly winds through Bass Strait in the morning. A minor flood watch is current for the North Esk and South Esk rivers, and a flood watch is current for remaining north and northeast catchments. A warning is also current to sheep graziers for most grazing districts. Hobart and Richmond 13 tomorrow, ooze reaching 12. Showers and 14 in Launceston and Devonport, 12 in Deloraine. 13 and showers for Burnie and Strawn, 15 in Curry. And in the east, St Helens 14, Swansea 13 and 15 in Whitemark. Looking on to Monday now, showers about the west and south easing in the afternoon. Showers developing about western, central and southern districts on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, fine apart from showers about the southwest. 31 in Perth tomorrow, Adelaide 19, showers in Melbourne and 29 in Brisbane. And currently Hobart mostly cloudy and 11 degrees, Launceston mostly sunny and 12, and partly cloudy and 11 in Devonport. And Rach, that's Saturday night's weather.
Thank you for that, Chelsea. Well, before we leave you tonight, just a reminder that daylight saving will come to an end this evening, with clocks to be wound back 1 hour. That's backwards 1 hour. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow at 6. Bye for now.